Hey everyone, I didn't just watch it, I seen it like 10 days ago, whatever, but it's still fresh in my mind pretty much. Oh shit. Trying to fix this tripod thing. Um, yes. Damn it, come on. So, hello. Um, yeah, directed by David Gordon Green. We got Ellen Bernstein returning, as the mother. And she's all throughout, the trailers and the promoting and everything of it, and it makes it seem like she's gonna play a big role. Well, spoilers, spoilers. She's not. She's maybe in it. Maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes. Um, and she's a great actress, but really, well, we'll get to that later. But I'll say it now because I'll probably forget it. So there's certain parts in it I feel like she didn't want to be there because she really didn't. She really just wanted to be there for the money. She didn't want to be a part of the movie, as my understanding. And I mean, she wanted to be a part of it, but like not very little. She's good in it for what she's given, I guess, somewhat. But then there's parts where it's like, you know, basically when she's in the hospital bed, she just had her eyes plucked out, which is the horrible way, to treat a legendary character. Um, and like she doesn't seem in pain at all. She's basically talking like she just took a nap or something. Um, but yeah, like I don't know. I just think the character Chris McNeil deserved more. Um, than what she got. Like as far as just the way she was handled, just really just to be there. It ties in with the ending a little bit, but it's you didn't have to have that happen to her so early to have her in the hospital. Something could have happened to her during the exorcism at the end. And honestly, Linda Blair returning at the end, that was actually a sweet moment. But like I said, in my other review, the monologue was very drawn out, so much to where it's like it's spelling it out for you, everything in the movie. And I feel like the Halloween trilogy by David Gordon Green, it's not perfect at all. It's definitely has its flaws, especially the last two, Kills and Ends. Um, there's parts in 2018 Halloween I didn't care for, with some comedy and everything like that, and some great parts spoiled in the trailers. Well, same with this film, because everything you see in the trailer, well, obviously is in the movie, but like all the possession stuff, it's in the trailers. Like you've already seen it over 100 times before you see the movie, and that played a big part in the movie's downfall for me as well. And I went into it with high hopes, but the Halloween trilogy, I feel like it had more potential, but also it did have some really solid moments as well. Like I liked Jamie Lee Curtis's performance. I liked the way they handled the straight Michael Myers. I liked, well, as far as James Stewart Courtney, and I loved the mask, the score by John Carpenter returning, and his son, and um, it's just like the flashback and kills was great, but the hospital part was kind of really unnecessary. Um, but then in Ends, it would have been fine if it didn't have Michael Myers in it. Like I said this before, like if they had just continued the story with Corey Cunningham, it would have been a lot better, well received, and also just better in my opinion, because I don't like the way they handle Michael Myers, and I don't. My point is, I just don't like some. Like I feel like everything that is wrong with the Halloween movies, the same thing was repeated in the Exorcist Believer, and like how? Like I get they rushed it out really early, shortly after Halloween Ends, but like listen to your fans, listen to the audience and what they want and what they don't like in these movies, and you'll have a better film that way. I think usually, like, if there's that many people telling you that it sucks, 9 times out of 10 it sucks, and they'll praise you for the efforts and what you do right. Um, Now, there is some decent moments in Exorcist Believer. Like, I did like some of the more personal drama stuff, I guess. Um, but again, the scare factor isn't there. Like, there's a lot of things that feel like they're cut out that could have really improved the story. And really, since there's really not much exorcism, demon possession stuff in it, I feel like, especially for an Exorcist movie, that they could have uh, built on it, like the scene with the girls where they're in the woods and they're, conjuring up this spirit trying to talk to her mother. I feel like they could have done something like an introduction to it then and made it really creepy, especially in that tunnel type thing in the woods. Would have been a great setting for that. And I was looking forward to see that take place in the end, because usually when they put like plot points like that, or you know props and stuff in a movie, they'll use it later on. Um, but like they skip over it where you don't know what happens, which I like in a way. I do like nuance and stuff. The mystery behind it, not knowing everything. But the whole movie tells you everything you're watching. Like, it's so in your face, like you might as well have shown it. Um, and like the cast was good. I liked the cast. It's just the writing. I didn't care for the writing at all. Like I said, Ann Dowd is in it. She's a great actress. I love her. But the monologue she's giving at the end is just drawn out, overdone, too much. And like I said, the story starts off with like the parents, the mom and the dad, and how she had died in this earthquake, which is so over dramatic. Like, she could have died from more natural causes like cancer or something, or whatever. It didn't have to be an earthquake, unless I thought maybe the earthquake had something to do with like the demon, like hell breaking loose on Earth, literally. Um, but that wasn't the case. So I was like, what's the point of the earthquake? Other than to kill her off, like that's. Um, but like they focused so much time on that and not the exorcism part of it. And the scene in the church, that was a good starting point, to really build more tension and then also keep it going a little more, because like you see the whole scene basically in the trailer and then it's over like that, and it's like, really? I mean, that was a good part. I liked it. And I did get up to piss during the movie whenever the father visits that cultural witch doctor, I guess it was. You can call her that. But anyway, like, I just feel like with the character Chris McNeil also being in the hospital, I feel like the next one's gonna be like Jamie Lee, Laurie Strode in the hospital again in Halloween 2 and Halloween Kills. She's gonna be in the hospital the whole time. And I was thinking maybe with her having her eyes plucked out, maybe it gives her stronger, like it enhances her ability, like Daredevil or whatever. But like maybe it does enhance her abilities to speak to the dead or something like that. That was just something that popped in my head, thinking like that's a route they might go, but maybe not. Maybe it's just an excuse to get Reagan in the hospital to visit her. But if that's the setting, I mean, I just really hope not, because I'll be redundant again. And as far as like the tone, that was fine. There was some character building in it I appreciated, but I don't know, just the execution and the end of it all, it didn't pay off for me. Um, and me and my friend were actually gonna go see Saw X, but at the show times, it would have been better to see the sooner one, so we went and saw Exorcist, and we both were like shaking our heads. We were like, we should have saw. Um, and you normally when we after we see a movie, we're talking about it. Talking about what we didn't like or what we do love, and everything. But we really didn't have a lot to talk about, and that just proves my point. Like, there wasn't enough, really much in there, enough meat in there to really question and discuss, and that's really a shame because how epic and um, how big of an influence that The Exorcist was, being an Oscar nominee and having some great practical effects for the time in 1973, and being a landmark for that period, and even today, and film, like, it's just like it. Of course, it's not gonna add up to it, in any way. But like, it wasn't even. I don't. It wasn't even better than Exorcist 3, and it wasn't even better than the Exorcist series either with Gina Davis. I thought that was a lot better. And the series, what you see in that, the first season particularly, they just copy and paste from that and put it in this movie. I'm like, that's so lazy. Like, why? Like the preacher's head, you know, going around. We see that like several times in the series. I feel like, um, and then, um, I don't know. I really wanted to love this movie. I wanted to like it at least enjoy it a lot. I mean, it was just okay, I guess. Um, but I don't go seeking movies to hate them. I really want them to succeed, and I really did think with David Gordon Green's creativity in the Halloween films that we would have gotten more of that, and it would have carried to this film, and it didn't. It was the exact opposite. I was really disappointed about that, and like every time they're trying to bring something scary to the film, this Exorcist Believer, it feels like an afterthought, or they didn't really put much thought into it as far as like her flicking the light switch and her popping up, like that's something you see from Lights Out, or like I don't know, just a lot of cliches and tropes that really are done better. Like I said, The Conjuring, it's full of that as well, but at least it has some tension built up. And also, like that scene with the door where Joey King is, it's like, there's something behind the door and you can't see it. Like, that's creepy to me. And the pictures falling down the hall, and when the mom's up at night, and the possession at the end was great with the sheet, and everything was like, there was some that went a little overboard, you know, in the Warren's house particularly, and down in the basement when Bert Farmiga's character Lorraine falls down there. I thought that was a little much too. And then the camera guy that works on the camera for the to test the house, whatever, and try to capture the ghost or whatever, or try, well, like they're Ghostbusters, but try to catch something on film. They show them characters too much, and then this little maid ghost girl, look what you made me do, or whatever. It makes me think of the Exorcist. I mean, not the Exorcist, but the Sixth Sense. Supper's not ready. You can't hurt me anymore. Look what you made me do. But like again, that just James Wan. Even though there's cliches in it, like you could still see a lot of moments of talent, and trying to progress the story with tension, and good dialogue and character development and all these things, and I didn't see that in this movie. um and like I got spoiled by watching Talk to Me, a totally different movie really, but both supernatural, like possession films in a way, and it was so much better in every aspect. You know, there's more creativity. The cinematography was amazing, especially for the directors at their age. They were like 30s, maybe early 30s, late 20s, and the cast was incredible in that. And I feel like it just didn't hold up compared to Talk to Me, even though they're, like I said, it's totally different movies, but they are. I'm on 15 minutes here, Lord. Anyway, basically, you get what I'm saying, I think. And um, as far as Dave Going Green, I don't think this warrants for a sequel at all. Another one after this. It was basically done. The character arcs were met, I guess, and then also, you know, the story was told. There's no need to make a trilogy out of this because I don't think it's good enough really for this first one, Believer. Um, but anyway, that's my thoughts of it, and let me know what you think. We'll chat about it, yeah?